Hi guys, welcome to my video of a review about the Audi TT S Line Roadster. This is the 2-litre diesel 2016 version. I'm going to give you a review on this based on me owning it. There's a lot of reviews out there where people have tested it and driven it for a week or so. I've now had this for about 7 weeks perhaps, so you'll get to hear more about what it's like to live with, the pros and cons and all the rest of it. So enjoy, and without further ado, here it is. So I've got it in the nice white colour. There's two types of white, Glacier white and Ibis white. In all honesty, the Glacier was an extra £700. The Ibis was free, so I went for the Ibis colour, or the Abyss colour. I'm really happy with it. You'll see this S Line edition here, so the front grills look quite mean, and also the LED lights look really cool, again adding to that aggressive look. The Sport Edition, they're slightly different. They kind of follow the circumference of the light. These, the jagged lines straight through, and certainly look very good. So that's the bumper and the grille. It looks like a concept car from the front. It really does look different. Really happy with that. That was one of the appeals to it. You'll see the soft top there as well. Before I get to that, these are the standard alloys that come with the car. They're in a brushed alloy, and I must admit, I was going to go for some different ones as my test car came with some others, but when I saw that these are standard ones, I actually preferred these to all the rest, so there was no extra charge there. Really nice looking alloys to come just standard with the car. For the S Line, I believe these are 18 or perhaps even 19-inch alloys. The Sports come with an inch less, so slightly bigger. Wheels, don't really feel the bumps in it, depending on what settings you got the car in. You got the S Line logo there. Then the soft top, I'll cover that later on. You've got a quick access fuel pump as well, so just push that, pops out, in, fuel up, done. And the concept behind that is you spend as little time as possible fueling your car so you can drive it, which is quite amusing. Then you come to the rear. So I think the rear looks similar to quite a few other Audis. Got some cool exhaust pipes, twin. Diesel, the diesel sounds really good. Hopefully you'll hear that shortly as well. One of the cool features though is this. So one of the cool features are these LED lights. They certainly get people's attention. They look really good. Quite novel, but it doesn't wear off. I'll keep the lights going as I walk around. Again, you see it from the other angles. Obviously the same, just the passenger side. It is a very nice looking car. I'm really chuffed with it. You don't get those LED bits at the front on this one. Okay, so this is it with the roof down. So there's 2 seats only in this one. And the dilemma I had when I was trying to decide whether to get this or not was, do I need the coupe, which had a solid roof and 2 seats at the back, which aren't really usable for anything, but it did mean a bigger boot size. And the other bit was, did it just look nicer? And I'm so pleased that I didn't go for the coupe, because the Roadster edition, you got the choice of put the roof down or not, obviously, but the point was, I couldn't quite figure out if it looked nice or not, but I am really chuffed with this. I think both cars look really nice, but the Roadster just looks that little bit nicer, and you have the flexibility of a roof coming down, because you're only ever going to have 2 people in it anyway, so those 2 seats at the back were redundant. So what they've done, where those T seats were, they've put the roof here, so the whole roof folds into this little compartment. Now if you weren't to fold the seats down in the coupe, this boot size is only just smaller than that of the coupe. So this is my Gardex stuff, the paint protection that came with the car. But if you come in here, you'll see all of that space. So you see that bag? It's completely gone through now, so you can easily fit 2 suitcases in here. There's also a cubby hole which goes through into the compartment, the cabin area as well. So yeah, I'm really chuffed with that. Practicality wise, it really works. Not had any problems with the boot, not had any problems with the roof. I've had the roof down quite a bit actually, and we're only into May. Okay, so let's have a look at the inside of the car now. So as you'll see, nice black interior. And the first thing I'll mention is the open top pack that I bought. It was about £1,500 and I think it is well worth it. I would say that a lot of the stuff that you get should really be as standard, but it's not. So what you get with that is this wind deflector, which I can pop up later. It's electronic. You don't get one otherwise. You get these Alcantara leather seats, or part leather, and then this suede leather. I don't know what it is. It's really nice though. It comes with the diamonds. The general seats, they're still nice, but not as nice. It's a bit disappointing because you'd have thought full leather, and that's an extra £800 or so. But actually, I'm more pleased with this than I was the leather. You get these neck warmers, which come again with the pack, the rooftop pack. So they blow warm air on you, so you can drive the car whenever. It's May time in the UK, so it's getting a bit warmer, but so I've had this since April, so I've been driving it with the roof down on cold days, and I've been absolutely fine, nice and toasty. You get heated seats as well, and they work really well, and then electronic lumbar support and so on. Now the space as well, you get plenty of space there. For a tall person, I'm 6 foot, and I haven't even got the seat fully back, so plenty of space there for me to extend my legs. One thing before I forget as well is on these seat belts, when you got the roof down, or when the roof's up, it doesn't really matter, you get these microphones built into the seat belt, so that's really cool because you don't hear any wind noise. And I've tested that already. I've had people tell me they can't believe that actually the roof's down. It doesn't get that windy in the cabin, especially with the wind stopper up. But it just adds to that extent of being able to hear somebody. In my Audi A3, the Bluetooth and the microphone were useless, so that makes a nice change. Here is the door, and you just get your standard features. So you get this nice suede effect, this rubbery plastic, I don't know what it is, and then for the S Line, this alloy or aluminium brush effect, which looks really nice, and I believe it is only S Line. Then your general controls for windows and so on. Okay, so into the car itself. First thing I'll say is this armrest. This was £175. It would have come like this otherwise, but I purchased this because it just finishes the car off. Without it, I'd be disappointed. You also get a cubby hole here, which sees you into the boot and the first aid kit. And then on here, you've got your parking brake. It's electronic. If you go up a hill and you put your foot on the brake as well without using that, it will electronically stop for you, which is a nice feature. And then you can take off without rolling backwards. You have your convertible switch, so 10 seconds, that's all it takes, and you can use that doing 31 miles per hour, I think. And it will close the roof very quickly for you, especially in the UK when you have the chance of showers all the time. And then this is your wind bit here, so if I just turn that on, you'll see it comes up nice and quickly. Okay, so this is the MMI section, and on here, this is where you can control all of the display, which we'll come on to very shortly. I tend not to use it because everything's covered on the steering wheel, really good steering wheel, so I'll come to that shortly. Okay, next thing. So I've got the 2-litre TDI diesel, manual. This is awesome. I had the automatic petrol 2-litre, and it was very quick. Gear changes were very good, but it's just not the same driving it. The manual is way better. So the thing I like as well is that it's got this hole in here, and I don't know why, but I always put my finger through it and drive it, so it feels very good. Next thing, you've got these controls here. So because you've only got a single display for the driver, the passenger doesn't really get anything to look at. So they've got volume control and stuff here to be the DJ while you drive. Start stop, nice and simple. And then you've got this cubby hole here, and I believe it enhances the signal of your phone when you put it in, and I have tested it, and I think it does. They also give you a cable, which is quite good. I've had to modify the end because it didn't fit with my case on, but that's very handy. And there's 2 ports there, plus an auxiliary, and it's just a nice compartment. the other thing actually, there's also a normal lighter port there as well, so you're not stuck for ports. Then if we come across here, you've got your compartment, and you've got some SD slots, DVD slots. Interestingly, you can watch DVDs, or you can play them from your USB stick, like MP4 files or whatever you've got, on your display. And I've tried that, and it works actually, so a bit odd, but it's cool at the same time. Okay, so moving on to the next bits. This is your spoiler, so that will come up when you do 72 miles per hour and above. But if you're doing 30 and you want to be cool and have your spoiler up, by all means do so, just by pressing that. Hazards, obviously. Traction control, if you want to be a bit sportier. Don't recommend it, or I don't. I'm more than happy with traction control on. Your start-stop, so in the manual this is really good. I think there's issues with it on the automatic that I've heard from friends, but with similar, well, not the same Audis, but Audis with start-stop. But on this, it works really well, so economy. And with the diesel, you get about 55 to the gallon. It says about 60 or so, but 55 realistically. And then you drive select. So when you drive select, you get a variety of options, including individual, dynamic, economy, and some more as well. Okay. Now the next bit, I'll turn the lights on. These don't come as standard, these cost extra. I think it was an extra £500 for climate control. If I didn't have these, imagine these just being a grey icon. I'd definitely get these because they look cool. And also it's nice being able to control the temperature. So I can say I want to have 19 or 20 degrees or so. With the roof down, it remembers. With the roof up, it remembers your settings. So on both, that's quite a nice feature. It's handy actually. So we'll keep those on for now. And you get your different adjustments. So on here you can turn your fan off, you can turn it on, you can redirect where the fan's blowing, and it's the same over there as well. So they're really good. Then on this side, you've got your heated seat, so it gets hot very quickly. Partner loves this, especially with the roof down, but the best one is the neck blower. So that works very well and keeps you nice and toasty. You'll just feel the air blowing out on you slightly. Okay, so extra feature there, but they look really nice. It's a really cool design. I've not seen this on any of the cars. The dashboard as well, all that rubbery plastic, I don't know what it is, but it looks very good. You have to excuse as well, I haven't hoovered the car or anything. I thought just general use you'll see as it is. It seems to stay clean very nicely. This mirror doesn't do any auto dimming or anything like that, but it does have rain sensors on the windscreen, which is handy. Again, an extra was to have auto dim, but I wasn't fussed about that one. So the next bit here is the steering wheel. The steering wheel is cool. It's real nice. You'll see from the size of my hand, it's not a big steering wheel. It's not intrusive. Feels really good. You've got your controls on here, so this just allows you to navigate throughout the system. This lets you pick stuff or zoom in, zoom out on this bit, which we'll come to. You can change your view. So you can have big tachometer, speedometer, etc. You can make it smaller. Personally, I prefer it smaller. And then you come across to this side, you've got your radio and media controls, volume, etc. Nav, speaker, your telephone button, which is really good, and your command voice selector, which I haven't really used that much, but it is really good, and you can program it to your voice as well. So you go through some command lines, say some words, and it adapts to you. So now on to the Audi technology pack. So for about £1,800, you can get a sat nav, you can get 10 gig of storage, and that's built-in storage, and some better speakers. Is it worth it? Yeah. The reason it's worth it is for this. Maps. It is so cool. My partner has the Tesla Model S, and perhaps actually I'll do a review on that shortly. And they have like a giant iPad screen in the middle, and it has Google Maps on there. And after seeing that, I couldn't have a car without this digital display with maps built in as well. So that looks really cool. You have to tether it with your phone. There's been some articles on whether you can and cannot do that. You can. I've got an iPhone. I've managed to just hotspot it, and then you stream data. Normal sat-nav works absolutely fine. You don't need to tether or anything like that. But if you want Google Earth to display the actual images, the detail, the fields, as you can see there, you just need to tether your phone. You can also connect it to your Wi-Fi at home, and it'll start storing some of the information that you collect. So that's really, really cool. The Google Maps itself and Google Earth here, it will tell you things like speed restrictions, when there's traffic, so it will divert you. That's come in handy. I've traveled to Wales and it did that, so that works really well. And you can customize what information you see on here. And as I did before, you can change the size of those. Now you see to the left and to the right, you have two icons there. Now on here, on this, that's for the left, that's for the right, so you just get different settings. So we can go into destination mode, and you can either verbally say where you'd like to go, or you can start to use this, which is a touchpad. So I can go L, N, and you know, do it from there. So quite simple. We'll just go back and go off that screen. Oh, we're back to navigation again. And then if I go to the other option, it will allow you to choose your map settings, so you can do all kinds of customization. I like to always have a play around with this sort of stuff. You get your Audi Connect there, so if you tether your phone, you get extra features. You got settings, telephone, media, radio, sound, and car. So if I go to the car, you've got things like consumption, then other bits, so vehicle settings, steering wheel button, exterior lighting, central locking, so if I press one lock or two locks, whether it will do both doors or just the one door, handbook, and so on. I go to the sound, you can just change things, and if we go to radio, I don't know why I've got radio 3 on, we'll go for radio 4, bit of culture. Hold on. So you get digital radio, and it sounds really cool. And again, look, you can see the display changes, but you can change the media if you like and still have the sat nav display. So it's really good. Now you get digital radio. You can pair your phone through Bluetooth really simply, and it works really well. So I typically stream Spotify. That works very well. You can have your own playlist, you can plug USB sticks with all your music on, play CDs, DVDs, whatever you like. The MMI works so well on here. I can't actually fault it at all. It just works as you'd want it to. So if you're thinking about technology pack, yep, definitely worth it. The speakers as well, they're a nice addition to it. You get 9 speakers in here. So I think you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in door, then 2 behind you as well. So they work really well. So this is what it's like driving the Audi TT. You can see my head and you can see the sky. I don't know what that means, but it sounds good. So driving the Audi TT, roof down as well by the way. 2-litre diesel, awesome, like it a lot. There's not much wind noise, not much noise in the cabin at all. Got the windshield up behind me anyway. But if you never had a convertible, like myself, never had, the thing which jumped out at me was the amount of light. Like everywhere is so light. It's so nice, you feel free. And it changes the driving experience completely to being in a room, cabin area, to having this open top, all of this space. You can hear what's going on around you, you can see what's going on around you. It's just a completely different feeling that is so good. It makes you want to put the roof down all the time, even when it's stupidly cold. And you can do, it's not a problem, you just fear for people laughing at you. So yeah, that is the biggest kind of thing for me in terms of convertible. I've always wanted it. I've actually sadly as well wanted to drive at night with the roof down, go into the woods and see the stars from the comfort of a nice warm cabin. That's something you can do as well in a convertible. But it's good, especially like on your commute to work as well. If you get stuck in traffic like I sometimes do, roof's down, it's sunny. We're only in May at the moment, but I've still had it down. It's sunny, it's nice and warm, and you can just relax while you're stuck in traffic and just wait. Also get a suntan, why not? So it drives really well. The steering is very, very agile. slight move, you can feel it. You move the car. I like it. There's no sluggishness. I was saying before, the Audi A3 that I had, it felt like it had flats, basically flat tires, and in comparison to this is like a little go-kart. It's unbelievable. So a really good driving experience. Right then guys, so to summarize this review of the Audi TT S Line 2016 2-litre diesel Roadster, awesome car, absolutely love it, drives like a go-kart. You've got the most slickest looking, beautiful interior in so many different cars, even luxurious cars that you spend a lot more money on, they still don't look as good as this car, so that's an awesome fact. For the diesel, you've got the economy and the maintenance costs, like 20 quid tax, and just general fuel is cheap to run, and yet it still drives like a nice, awesome sports car. So for me, brilliant. The only con I can think of is the fact that Audi charge you for things that you think should come as standard. So the windshield, I would have thought that should be standard. Better leather seats, I would have thought should have been standard. And the biggest thing for me is the sat-nav. Now, while it's one of the greatest features, I would have thought that would have come as standard as well. So it's still worth paying, but they managed to gouge you on that. And whoever decides to do that, well on them, because you still want to get it at the end of the day, so they're making money from it. Overall though, love the car. If you're thinking about buying it and you're deciding between the coupe and the Roadster, I can't see why you wouldn't want to go for the Roadster, unless you just don't like convertibles. But if you're like me and it took you like a year to decide, then it's a no-brainer, go for the Roadster. Right then guys, if you like this video, hit the like below. If you got any questions about it, feel free to comment and I'll get back to you. And what I'll probably do actually is do a review on the Tesla Model S as well, coming up shortly. Right, thanks for watching. Cheers guys. Bye.